So, Keir Starmer's looking set to win a landslide on current figures, is he? But is that the entire truth? It's not always wise to compare local and national polling, and the same goes for election results. And polling should always be taken with a pinch of salt. But you would expect anyone to be well on the way to a landslide with a 33-point poll lead, and not to be losing ground in any way, shape, or form anywhere else. But of 4 local election results last night, none of which Labour shone in. In fact, they lost vote share in all but one. Far and away, though, their worst result of the night was losing 2/3 of their vote on a record turnout. This isn't people staying at home, and being bumped into third place, losing the seats to the Tories, who took almost a third of the entire vote, and coming in behind the Green Party as well, who increased their own vote share by close to 80%. This was Leicester, folks. So what's happened here? Leicester's an incredibly diverse multi-ethnicity city. This is Labour country, and Starmer's been pissing them off to the point that for many, particularly the large Muslim population, it's become an anyone but Labour voting issue. We've seen issues of Islamophobia spelled out in the Ford report. The Labour Files documentaries talked about a current of anti-black racism and Islamophobia in the party under Starmer, at times apparently encouraged by senior officials, and that complaints of Islamophobia would often sit in the inbox as complaints of anti-Semitism got prioritised. And this is according to a former Governance and Legal Unit Investigations Officer, Helene McCann, who continues to speak out on this issue on social media. Anti-Semitism remains prioritised by the party, being the only form of racism to have a bespoke complaints page on the official party website. But on top of this, in the last week, Starmer's now spoken of his desire to combat Hindu phobia. He really doesn't seem to get that all racism should be treated equally, does he? He calls his division seems to come as naturally as breathing to him. But again, the Muslim vote was enraged by this in Leicester. The Labour candidate there is apparently very pro-Narendra Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, a Hindu, who's overseen persecution of ethnic minorities in his country. And when one local voter took issue with the candidate for this, Leicester East's Labour response was to threaten the individual with the police for inciting religious division. I think your boss already did that, and the result spoke for itself, I fancy. Labour is creating problems for itself where it doesn't need to, and it always comes back to Keir Starmer as a root cause. Poll numbers don't tell a full story. He's still a lousy leader, and Labour have little to lose and can only gain from replacing him.